Alright guys, I'm just gonna do a quick, basically tutorial for factory, where the spawns are at, what areas or what callouts, because there's a lot of confusion in the Discord right now of what is called what, so let me just stop my frame rate from being shit for a second. Any minute now. There we go. Alright, so this area is tunnels, this is tunnel spawn. This is the only spawn where you will call it tunnel. Down here, and this way, this is ramp. So we covered our first player spawn, which is where I spawned initially. The second player spawn will be right here. This is what we call breach room, or under forklift, and you will spawn in this room. Now this is one of the worst spawns because you have a player spawning right there behind you, as well as a guy that can possibly spawn up here. This area is called extract, underneath stair extract. That's an extract right there behind that door if you have the factory key. And this leads us to the third spawn, which is forklift. This is the only area you will call forklift. There's forklifts at other places, this is the forklift. Moving on. This area right here is called glass hall. The reason it is called glass hall is because obviously, besides the scab that doesn't want to die, is because the windows are glass, which is why you call it glass hall. Some people might also call it long hall, but that's not correct. This is glass hall. Moving on, this is, you can call it a couple things, you can call it tanks, you can call it multiple things, but the general is, this is extraction side. The reason why is because default extract is pretty much right here. This right here, this entire little area where the scav ran initially, is pumping station. Never mind that he blacked my leg out. That's cool. We'll just keep pushing on. We'll be fine. This area right here is pumping station, so if someone's on top of here, you obviously say, hey, they're above pumping station, or they're inside pumping station, whatever it might be. Moving on, you can call all these rafters out if you want to. It's not necessary though. This area is dumpsters. Scavs always spawn here all the time, but the general for this area is silos because of these big silos right here. So we'll go ahead and move on. This is stair room. Very notable for the staircase that goes all the way up the middle of it. So if you run up here real quick, this is Sky Bridge, because it's, or just bridge, whatever you want to go about calling it, Sky Bridge or bridge, either one will be understood. This is factory room, because you need the factory key for it. Breach room, because you can only breach. And safe room. Moving on. Obviously, notable spots are bathrooms right below me, as well as the first floor. So if we go first floor, obviously this is still, you can call it middle or whatever you want to go about calling it, but if you say silos, it'll still be understood. Someone's over here. The area down here inside silos is pit, this entire area, because obviously it's a big pit. This is ramp as well. This is a couple things, so I'm going to get up here real quick so I can show you guys why it's called what it is. So it's either called bunker, because it's obviously got the little bunker right there, or you might hear it be called 1986 as well. It's because of the number on the wall. Let's go over here. This entire area, you you can just call single player or single player side. Single player side is the general for it. But actually moving on to the last 3 player spawns as I jump down on Catwalk. Obviously this is kind of show you where scavs spawn as well. So last 3 player spawns. We'll move to one of the better spawns on Factory if you're solo. And this is going to be Long Hall, because it's a long hallway. But more commonly, it's barrels. This area is barrels. Reason why is because there's a huge fucking stack of barrels right here that never ends. As well as right when you come out, hey, there's more barrels. So if you call barrels, people will know what you're talking about. That is our 4th player spawn. Moving on to the worst spawn on Factory is Blinky. If you don't know why it's called Blinky, I don't know what to tell you. So obviously you can spawn there, but someone can also spawn right here. This is single player. Reason why it is called single player is in alpha, you used to spawn here whenever you loaded in offline. Also, another reason why it's called single player is most of the time when players are alone, they'll literally sit in this room the entire game, either right here looking this way, or people will jump on top of these pallets right here and watch this, or they can jump down and watch this, or they can even go into the single player extract, which is this room right here. Past this door is single player extract. Moving on to some a little bit weirder callouts. You can call this underneath Catwalk. Underneath Office is also popular. These tunnels right here underneath Office. Again, I just call this Catwalk mod boxes. Still in Office. Oh, and by the way, people never check this shit, but if you literally look right here on the ground, and a lot of time on the shelf, a bunch of expensive stuff will spawn, like tool sets and pistol grips. I've even found AS valves right here sitting on the shelf. They're just glitched through the wood. Little bit weirder spots now. You can call this vending machine, though no one will know what the fuck you're talking about. Just say 3rd floor office, extract side. This is what I like to call drop quest, because there's a quest here for proper that's super annoying, where you have to drop an item here. So if you say drop quest room, extraction side, people will know what you're talking about. And this area is pretty much a death trap for scavs. They'll keep chasing you down no matter what. You just gotta really be careful on Factory. That's really it, to be honest. There's a little bit of weird areas like this that don't really have a name. You can call it double mod box, I guess, but that's about it. Or blue fence. But that's honestly about it. So hopefully there's no more confusion in the Discord of what we call what. As well as you guys kind of have an insight of where scavs spawn. So just to sum it up, in case you guys weren't paying attention, scavs will spawn here at the beginning of the game. They'll also spawn blue dumpster. They will spawn back there on those silos by bunker or 1986. Scavs will wander back here behind the silo, or not the silo, the tanks, as well as they'll sit in here all the time. And every once in a while they will come out on these catwalks if they hear you shooting. But for the most part they're really not going to be in the offices. They'll be over here like single player wandering around, back where I shot those scavs, or that corner, this corner, or this corner. They really won't be in areas like office too often. You might catch one on Skybridge every once in a while, but that's honestly about it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it and you actually know what's going on now.